About 162 years ago, I discovered a fabulous Spanish restaurant at 32nd and Camelback. It was called Tapas Papa Frita. And that's where I met our guest today on Take 5 for Foodies, Joseph Gutierrez. You're not there anymore. There was a long period of time when we didn't have any Tapas Papa Frita, and now you're back.
Well, the reason was that a lot of the friends that I met, I've been here since 1978 in Arizona, they tell me they're doing another Spanish restaurant. In the beginning, it was difficult between the differentiation between the Spanish and the Mexican food. Both of the cuisines are great. They are completely different.
Okay, but talk to us about that, though, because if people have not dined at a Spanish restaurant, or if they haven't visited Spain, they may be thinking about, well, it's just as another kind of Mexican food.
More the different, for example, I'll give you one example, is the most problem that we used to have. Now people are starting to get more educated about Spanish food. They used to ask for a tortilla, and in Spain a tortilla, I mean, it's a potato pie. And in Mexico, it can be, a tortilla will ask if do you want flour or you want corn.
Yes.
We don't have it. But if we have to please the customer, we will go and buy and give it to the customer. But normally what we do is just a Spanish potato pie. Is what's called the tortilla.
Now, the name of the restaurant, Tapas Papa Frita, you're on Stetson Drive.
Correct.
In Scottsdale. All of those terrific restaurants around you, right by the bridge and the canal. But the first word always intrigues everybody. They see tapas sold here. That's our specialty. What does it mean?
Tapas is, many people will say where the word tapas come from. Tapas in Spain mean to cover. And they used to say that in the south of Spain, the tapas used to be a lot of the fruit fly. They used to fly into the wine. And people pick up a piece of plate and cover up the wine with it. But there's many stories to it. I don't know which one you should believe on.
I don't particularly like one of the fruit flies in my wine. Actually, as you serve tapas, would it be incorrect to call them kind of like appetizers?
No, they can be appetizers. The French call hors d'oeuvres, the Spanish call tapas. Tapas, we do it to don't make that serious of a meal. When you go out with friends to a bar or in the house, mostly in the bars, and to do it more informal. You don't have to sit down, have a formal dinner. You just walk around having tapas and talking to your friends. It's the most informal way to have different type of appetizers. You cannot have more than one protein. You can have a chicken, a fish, meat, different ways. That way you can try different flavors and not just have one big tray. That's the difference of the tapas, what we do in Spain.
How many do you serve tapas on the typical menu?
About 80 tapas in the menu. 80 tapas.
I think probably that should cover just about everybody's appetite.
Well, yes, but we still have some Spaniards that come in, some French that come in. They know very well what tapas are, and they ask me for a special request, and I will do all the time. And
Yes.
the special tapa is not in the menu.
But now, we're not talking about a restaurant that serves only tapas, only the small dishes.
Mm-hmm.
This happens to be my favorite dish in the world of dining. Please tell us about paella.
Well, paella has come from the word pala. Pala means the pan where it's cooked on. That was where the word come from. And from the Moorish word pala means paella. And the dish is called because the pan is cooked on. Normally, the authentic paella is done with rabbit, fava beans, and snails. And from that derivation, become like a pizza, like the Italians do. They put anything inside.
Yeah, rabbit and snails and fava beans. You just lost a few customers. That is, until you get them back by saying you have a lot of different kinds of paella.
Yes. We do have, this one, for example, is the paella valenciana, or they call the seafood paella. And which one, even though we call the seafood, or the paella valenciana, we add chicken, dry chorizo, saffron, mussels, clams, shrimp, and this one in particular have calamares inside and the saffron rice.
And it's wonderful because you have all of these different varieties of foods going on, always with the rice and always with saffron, right?
Yes, for the saffron rice, yes. When we do, even some of the stuff, do arroz con pollo. There can be a paella, but actually it's not. The paella is when you cook in the pan and let it set, and you never remove the rice into the heated table to the customer.
So when you go to Tapas Papa Frita, see, you can order tapas now, and the variety that you've just heard about, 80 different kinds. You can order paella, so many other dishes, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for you to order a Spanish wine at the same time. You told me something before we went on with this show about the number of different kinds of varietal grapes that you have.
Yeah, Spain have about 400 different varieties of wines. that they are native of Spain. And this one in particular we have here, it's a red wine that's done with Garnacha, Monastrell. It's come from the region of Jumilla, actually from the south of Castile, south of Spain, because normally all the red wines is from the north, from Madrid up. Some of the people know Madrid.
Now, an Irish guy just simply calls this, oh my goodness. It is dining that is absolutely extraordinary, including cheeses. And by the way, excuse me, there's a label on this.
Well, the label used to say, it's DOC, it's Denominación de Origen. It's they had to put the label because there's many fake cheeses up there. This one is straight from La Mancha, where Don Quixote was from, and is made with sheep milk. And it's one of the most popular cheeses in the world. In Spain, is the number one cheese in the Spain.
And on the subject of Don Quixote, I am dreaming the impossible dream right now as I am pointing at some of the most expensive meats that you could possibly get.
Yeah, this one is called jamón ibérico, or some people call, in slang, they call it pata negra. Pata negra and jamón ibérico is the same thing. What happened to this with this ham, all that pigs are running wild, and there is no cage at all, and they're fed with acorn. And the acorn make a beautiful marbling into the meat.
If you've got a pig full of acorns, you absolutely have yourself a dish that may be only available to you at Tapas Papa Frita in Scottsdale. Quickly, invite everybody to go to your place. What's the address?
The address is 7114 East Stetson Drive, and we open 7 days a week from 3 to 11 o'clock in the night. And we do have happy hour from 3 to 6. And we do it to give back to the communities. We do $2 happy hours. We have wine, sangria, and few tapas at $2. We have to give it back to the community. It's been supporting us for so many years.
Besides the fact that they cook well, they also sell well, too. Tapas Papa Frita, Joseph Gutierrez. I'm Pat McMahon. This is Take 5 for Foodies.
Gracias.